But back in the day, I didn't even call the police. People that know me would know straight. I would go and do things to you. I will burn down your house. I will blow up your car.
Look, you have dark, good and have evil.
Because it's a different generation, it's a different kind of steel teeth generation.
I saw a lot of things at, I would say, trauma.
In the heat of the moment, the adrenaline, I had so much things, I had so much to lose at that time.
Time to change, man. Time to turn around. Time to turn around.
My name is Hinds. I'm 53 years old, from Barbados. Beautiful little island. Went to primary school, secondary school, and then I went and learned a trade. I did plumbing. After I got my plumbing certificate and stuff like that, I did a job for a friend of my mom's. I used to work with a colleague, work with my mother. So she wanted some work done. Charged her half the price of the job. And to this day, never received that money that I charged that woman. It made me hate my trade. But I continued trying my luck at it. Monies was small, and the life that I wanted to live, the monies wasn't adding up. I ended up starting to do little fraudulent things to make money come in. Hit this store, hit that store, write bounce checks. Life was good. Borrow money from nearly every single bank in this country. And I talk about a little bit of money. I talk money. Didn't even want to pay them back. Then everything come down hard one time. I was looking at 45 indictable charges. Lifetime in prison. I didn't know what to do. I told my mom, I can't stand in Barbados. I jumped on a plane and went to America. Gone over there, but hard times. Cause, you're in legal, but you're trying to make ends meet. I was in New York first. Ended into the drug trade. And I went into the drug trade. Along with drugs comes things that you don't really want to get involved in, but you just don't got no choice. I ended up running from New York, running to Miami, settled down in Miami. Lived in Miami until people find out certain things about me. Me and a couple guys get in fights. I had to run back to Barbados because it was either I got 6 feet under or I got jail. And they ain't looking for none of two. So I ran and come back to Barbados. People say get deported. I was never deported. I came back freely and willingly. When I came back, I went into the taxi industry. I still try to do a little fraudulent things because the police didn't on me fully as yet. The police didn't know that I was back. When they found out that I was back, I was facing those indictments again. They didn't know what to do. And I sat down. And I looked up in the sky. They said, if you really there, if you could help me, I would turn my life around and give my life completely to you. From that day onward, I started looking to God. I forgot all about crying. I forgot all about living a bad life. I just wanted to serve God. I cut out all, I talk about what people is called sweet life. Easy money come in. Anything that you want, you could get, because money was able to buy you these things, and you had the money. But when you give your life to God, you just gotta put them things one side. And I thank God that I gave my life to Him, changed my life, because I wouldn't be here. I was at death's door. Satan had me, and I could tell anybody I tricked the devil. I tricked the devil, and that is why I am here today, still living. People that stop, well, you can't trick the devil, but you gotta know what you're doing. You can make a deal with the devil if you know how to make a deal and tricky. And that's why I'm here. And I can stay here because of the grace of the Almighty God. And I would tell anybody in this lifetime, whatever you out there doing that wrong, take a chance with God. Turn your life around. It's well deserving. It might seem hard at first. It might be a struggle, because walking the straight and narrow path is not easy. It is not easy. You get tempted every single day. But you have to be strong. You have to pray. I mean, people has even called me to this day and asked me, "Wait, man, listen, man, you won't take a chance at doing something illegal again?" I just gotta tell them, no. I don't be interested in nothing, so even if I don't have nothing, I can do without it until God decides I am to have it. And once He opens that door, just thank Him for it. Young men, young women, people will tell you that you're foolish when you want to live what you call a Christian life. I don't call my life a Christian life. I call my life a life of God. I'm a man of God. People don't understand the difference between Christianity and a man of God. I am a man of God. I live for God and God only. I put God before my wife, before my family, before my children. God comes first. I just tell anybody that I live for God, and that is why I'm here today. I get shoot at. I get beat up. I get burst heads. A man hit me in my head over 100 times with brass knuckles. I walk into a police station, blood pouring. Police swear that I should have been dead. The amount of blood that was trailing. I tell people, because of the grace of God. Only because of the grace of God, I am here. People that see me and say, "Oh, he's a nobody." They could push me around, because they would like me to go back into a life of crime and violence, as I call it. People don't know what you're capable of doing. I did things in my life that I won't talk about. The only body I talk about them things is my Heavenly Father. He knows what I did. He has forgiven me for what I've done. No man on this earth can judge me. For if anybody tries to judge me, they gotta judge themselves. Because as the good book says in Matthew chapter 1, Matthew chapter 7 and verse 1, judge ye, for ye should be judged accordingly also. So if you try to judge a man because in the life that he wants live, you're judging yourself automatically and condemning yourself. So don't judge nobody when you see somebody make a change. Don't say that them was a criminal or them was this, the next and third. Let people live their life according, and you live yours as right as you can possibly live yours. I given this testimony because I know what living for God is like. It's not easy. I don't work right now because I have a disability. I'm getting taken care of by the government. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you don't got food in the house. Sometimes your light is be off. But you don't give up. Sometimes I don't even tell nobody that I ain't got nothing to eat. I can't feed my children. I can't feed my wife. Because I just walk with my head held high. People don't know the struggles that you just gotta go through. But every day, I just get down on my knees and I would pray to the Heavenly Father and I would ask Him to open the door there that I can provide for my family. Right now I'm here at my parents' house. I come down here to help do things for my parents because if not for my parents, I would have been lost being in prison. My parents take them $650,000 home and mortgage it so that I can not be locked up in this country to pay back debts, the banks in different places, pay people that I don't owe money to. As I said, I did lots of fraud and crime and thief from people and what's not. It wasn't easy. It was not easy. But I walked away from it and I would never turn back. Well, the majority of my children know that they become old. Some people would tell them, oh boy, your father, boy, back in the day, boy, your father was this and your father was the next. But your father lived like a king. Your father, because at one point in time, I had 5 women. And when men talk of 5 women, but I had 3 women in one house. I told them I sleep in a bed with 3 women nightly. Men dream of living like that. I used to live that. When you see me going to the supermarket, as men will call them, the wives will walk up front, the children in the middle, and I at the back. Each wife got a trolley, and we just shopping. As I said, that type of life, money wasn't a problem. Money was there. I had money like sand. Now, I just walk a different walk. I just walk for God. So that money that I had, yeah, you just wish you still have it. But to have that money, it means to have a different limelight. And I don't want the limelight no more. So I prefer to live how I'm living right now. I will struggle. I take the struggle because people don't understand what I've been through. When I found out that I had demons within me that had me living the life I was living, I tell people talking stupidness. And I got invited to a church. The person tell me come to the church. Power in the Blood Assembly. That time Pastor Vibert Law was the pastor. That Sunday morning, I left and I went down to the church and I said I go in by myself. She was my girlfriend then, she's my wife now. I told her I go into this church and see what these people can tell me. When I got to the church, most people looked at me like, who's he now? There's another one that coming begging for help. Because most people at churches, they first thing that they just look at you, what you want from the church. But when the pastor saw me, he welcomed me. He asked me if I have problems. I said yes. He said we will talk about them later. Then he did what is called the altar call. And I walked up to the altar. And I knelt down. That time I could walk properly. It wasn't too bad. When he came and laid hands upon me, just touched me, I don't know what really happened, but I can just go by what people explain to me in this situation. They said I fell backwards. Then I elevated above the ground. I was actually floating, they said. And they started to speak, but it wasn't me that was speaking. Whatever it was inside of me is what was speaking. I can't recall the things that it said because, as I tell people, it was not me. So I would not have the memory. People tell you, oh man, you should still know what's going on. No, at that situation, there's a demon that got your body taken over. And people don't understand the severity of it. People in the church tell me that the words that come out of my mouth, they can't even repeat. I said things to the pastor, to the people in the church, what's not. The children, that had to get the children out of the church instantly because of that situation. Being possessed by whatever it was that had me possessed. But when after everything, after Vibert Law done, and he cast the demon out, my body felt light. It was like when I walked, I was walking on air. And how I know that there was a change in my life is because that same Sunday I left to go home, and I was driving and I was cheerful, I was happy. An elderly couple driving a car nearly hit my vehicle. And I was the type of man that would normally cuss and yawn bad and fret and tell you off. As much as the gentleman was wrong, I went to that person's car and I was afraid that something happened to them. The kindness that was in my heart at that point of time, not even all the man keeps saying is, but I am wrong. And I said, sir, don't worry about you being wrong. I want to make sure that you and your wife are okay. That's all I could think about. I didn't care about nothing else. I just wanted to make sure that they were okay, because he nearly hit my car and he ran off the road. Although he was wrong, I wanted to make sure that they were okay. And that's how I know that there was a change in my life. Because I wouldn't care about nothing so back then. All I would be saying is, hurt me, that is money for me from the insurance company. That's how I would have thought. When I got home, my girlfriend looked at me and asked me if I'm okay. She said, there's a difference in you. You glowing. I said, what are you talking about? She said, there's a glow upon you. What happened at the church? I told her I would tell you about it later. But I feel like a different person. I told her, well, the life that I once lived, I can't live that life no more. And if you're going to be with me, you got to think about getting married. She said, well, okay. She will consider it. A little while after that, we got married. We've been married now, there's 6 years. We've been together for 11 years, but married 6. I've been walking with God now for 7 years, and I love this walk with God. And I would advise anybody, find a good church, find a good Bible preaching church, find a pastor that can do something called deliverance. See if there's anything wrong with inside of you, because we don't know what is inside of us. We will be doing things thinking that is normal. But the life that a lot of us live, the promiscuous life that we live, sleeping with Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Jane, Batsy, and Veronica, we intertwine our souls with the wrong people. And every time a man lays with a woman, whatever she has comes to him. Whatever he has goes to her. And we demons intertwine. And we don't know what we leave there with. But if that body got anxiety, if that body got depression, 6 months down the line you realize where you start thinking about things that you want to kill yourself and stuff like that. Not saying these things that you never thought about in life. All because then you line yourself with the wrong person. When you line yourself with the wrong person, you're looking for trouble. So young people, take a leaf out of my book. I got people that just see me and tell me, you think that cause you give your life to God, you this always try to bring you down. I don't tell people straight. I just live for God, I don't live for man. So I don't care what man says. For an example, the kindness that I have in my heart, I just try to help anybody. Unless you got a Toyota, I don't help people with Toyotas. Sorry to say, I just don't like Toyotas. So if I see a bright company highway and drive past you, forgive me. And if any other body break down, I will stop and help them. A guy called me last week, and I got introduced to him through two of my sons. My sons begged me to help him at any time. Called me, he had a problem with a TV. Got a guy that's I take TVs to get fixed because he's very knowledgeable. I told him I carry TV and what's not. When the guy looked at the TV, he told me, well, the screen completely gone, the screen burned out. So the little man know that he got to get a TV. But if he could give a couple of days, he would try to get the same work out. A couple of days passed and he still didn't get nothing work out. This guy called me all last night, threatening me. He want back his so-and-so TV. He want back the money that he paid as a deposit. If not, he can do me this, and telling me them things back a couple of years ago. The mindset that I had, he didn't get me in a house right now. He would be standing up looking at the frame of the house. So instead of getting to that point, I called the law. And when I explained to the law, one of the officers, when he heard my name, he laughed. He said, "You really calling the police?" I said, "Yeah, I gotta call the police." He said, "Alright." Other officers would have met sport at me and what's not, because they know my capabilities from back then, things that I had access to and what's not. An hour later, after that phone call, the police called me and told me them on the way going to warn the man from harassing me and threatening me. And I tell them thanks. But back in the day, I didn't even call the police. People that know me would know straight. I would go and do things to you. I will burn down your house. I will blow up your car. I didn't used to kid and I didn't used to get frightened. And if I get my hands on the gun, I can pelt shots through you in this. I did that type of person. I didn't care. But now, I have my children. I have my wife, and I have most of all God. So I just walk a different walk. And I just tell people in this walk that I'm walking now with God, I just see hardship, but I just see a better life. Right now, I have a friend that's calling my brother, because there's a man that I call him one day and tell him my car broke down. I don't have no transport to get around. He tell me no problem. Call me and he put a car in my hand. Tell me when you get back on the road, you let me know. Also, he tell me the car for sale. If I could get it, sell it. Or if I can find the money, buy it. Choice is mine. This is about 6 months I've been driving this car. Treating it like if it's mine. I maintain it and everything. Then one day he called me and he told me, man, I know you got your disability, but you need to get something to bring in a little extra cash. I tell you, well, man, I would like to get some chickens, to get some eggs and what's not. At least if I get a couple chickens, and they got eggs around the place, I can get something to eat and still sell a couple. He said, well, alright, no problem. He called me in 2 days after that and tell me he got a friend that got some chickens to get rid of. Go and talk to him. I went to the gentleman, and the gentleman showed me about 600 chickens in a pen. He told me there's the chickens there. I said, how much I can get? He said, how much you want? I make a joke and said, I would like all. He told me, well, if I could get all catch, get along. I look at my son and my grandson. My son, my grandson said, Daddy, grandfather, let me get them. And we try my best. I bring them by my parents' house. And since that, there's about, I was in summer vacation, yeah, because school didn't start back. So that's from like August. And there's at my parents' house. And we've been doing a little thing. My wife and my parents does the majority of the work. I just drive around everybody else. If they gotta get feed and what's not, we're gonna buy the feed because I just use the car and stuff. But we got a little business. We start selling eggs. Make sure we got eggs to eat and what's not. It don't bring a large income, but at least we get a little something. So it's not easy. My children, there's always tell me, Daddy, you should be better. The life you live back then, if you to do different, you would be better off. They don't understand that that was a life of crime and violence, as people will call it. Now you're living for God. Then this man, you can't even help your children now. They don't know that. It just hurt me to know that I got children, I got grandchildren, and I just can't even help provide for them sometimes. It is very, very hard. And I wouldn't advise nobody to get into the life of crime or nothing. It's not an easy life. It's not an easy life. Stay away from it. Just stay away from it.
Look, you have dark, and good and have evil.
Because there's a different generation, there's a different kind of skilled generation.
I saw a lot of things at, I would say, trauma.
In the heat of the moment, the adrenaline, I had so much things, I had so much to lose at that time.
Time to change, man. Time to turn around. Time to turn around.